Hey guys, Dead on 3 here, back once again for another episode of my classic horror review series. And for tonight's video, I'm going to be talking about one of my personal favorite horror trilogies. I love all three films in this collection. These are the movies that really opened me up to more original horror films. And yeah, I just love the entire series. But the movie trilogy that I'm going to be talking about is the Evil Dead trilogy. Yes. Now, one thing about The Evil Dead is I actually saw this movie back when I was really young. I think I was about 11 or 12 when I saw it, and at that point it was the goriest movie that I've ever seen. I could not believe how much blood and slime that was in this film. I just loved every second of it. Not only that, but it was also you know, comedic and funny and shocking all at the same time. It's not as shocking as it is now, but it's still definitely one of my top favorite horror films right here. I love The Evil Dead. I want to go ahead and give a quick review of what the movie is basically about. Basically, a group of friends are going out into a cabin in the woods. You know, and they're fresh out of I think high school. Yeah, they're in high school. And they're basically just going there just for a weekend of, you know, drinking and partying. And when they're there, they end up stumbling down in the basement where they find this old tape recorder and a book. And on front of the book is this really grossly looking face. And basically they also find a couple of tapes down there, and when they start playing the tapes, they hear the voice of a professor named Professor Noby, who was basically there studying the book that they found, which is filled with demon resurrection passages and bizarre burial rites. He then begins to read some of the passages in the book, which ends up unleashing the demons from hell into the woods. And then from that point on, the entire series, the entire movie just goes completely insane. Probably one of my favorite scenes, and probably one of the scenes that everyone talks about is one of the characters actually runs out into the woods. It's Shelley, who is actually the main character, played by the always awesome Bruce Campbell. Shelley actually goes out and gets raped in the woods by a tree. And when I first saw that, I was like, how can they do that? Because I've never seen that before in a movie. I've never seen like depictions of rape in a film before, so it was really much. And of course the gore in this is completely insane. I love every second of it. The fact that, you know, like before this, zombie movies were kind of like, oh, we shoot them in the head and they're dead. No, you have to chop up these zombies. Well, they're not really zombies, they're more like possessed. They're more like just people that are possessed by demons, but you have to chop them up into teeny tiny pieces to do that, and that's what I love, just bring on the gore. Bruce Campbell is a star who plays Ash. This is basically there he is right there. Bruce Campbell is awesome as Ash. He really plays one of those really good guys in this movie. He's kind of a nerdy character in this film, I guess you could say. You know, he's not really a strong guy. You know, he's kind of the lovable kind of clown character in the whole film. You know, always in a, you know, someone that you feel like would, you know, get you in a good mood. And he basically ends up having to fight all the demons from hell, and it's just awesome. This is the 3-disc Ultimate Edition from Anchor Bay, which I definitely recommend for anyone who has seen it. I'm going to open it up really quickly to show you guys off. As you can see, there's several posters of the film, and then the 3 discs. But yeah, like I said, Evil Dead is awesome. But that was not, one thing was this was not the first movie I saw in the Evil Dead series. Actually, the first movie I saw in the Evil Dead series was an old VHS copy of Evil Dead 2, which I still have my VHS copy, and I ended up seeing it first, and so when I got the DVD, I knew I had to pick up the Book of the Dead edition. I actually got this edition from my friend for free, and yeah, that's what the Necronomicon looks like, the Book of the Dead, and you click on the eye. Oh yeah, love that. These are amazing editions. I love the first one like this, but yeah. So I actually saw Evil Dead 2 before I saw the first one, and I actually would have to say that I really enjoyed the second one. The second one a lot I actually like the second one a bit better than the first on some days, and then other days I like the first one. But the second one, I loved the second one the first time I saw it. I thought it was so crazy. It starts off as more of a sort of a bit of a remake to the original, and then goes into a sequel. But of course, it's just basically Ash, and he's basically in the cabin being attacked. One of my favorite scenes is when when the camera's got him, and it's basically the big demon character, and it gets pulled him on, and it pulls him away, and he starts spinning around through the woods and everything like that. That is always great. And of course, when his hand comes to life, he has to saw it off with the chainsaw, and he's like, "Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now?" And it comes to life and starts attacking him and shit. That's always so funny. And then, of course, the one-liners in Evil Dead 2, including Ash's catchphrase, "Groovy." That is always awesome. And when he has to replace his arm with the chainsaw, it is incredible. So Evil Dead 2, definitely one of my top favorite sequels. I cannot recommend the first and second one enough. I love Evil Dead 2. I actually sometimes I like it, I'll watch it just for a good laugh, because it's one of the, probably one of the gorier and more violent horror comedies out there. I definitely recommend putting this out as a comedy. And finally, we have the third chapter in the Evil Dead series, Army of Darkness. Now, I know a lot of people, they don't really like this movie as much as the other two, simply because it's more of a horror comedy and less of a horror film. But I really do enjoy it, honestly. I love the fact that it's, you know, I love the fact that it's more comedic and everything. This is the 2-disc set, which comes with the director's cut and the theatrical version. And there's the 2 discs right there. Okay. Sorry, I had to check my camera. But yeah, basically the Army of Darkness picks up right where the second Evil Dead takes off. This time Ash is actually in Roman times, and he basically must fight a army of skeletons in this one. This one is really good. Like I said, I actually got this edition from a friend, and I got it for free as well, which is really cool. But I love Army of Darkness. I really like everything about it. I like the music in it as well, especially when he's getting ready for battle, and you know he's putting the car together and everything. I just really like it because it's got an old feeling to it. It really sounds like, you know, middle-aged, what music would sound like in the Middle Age, and I really like that. And of course the opening scene with Ash, you know, in the pit with the spikes, and he's killing off the first guy. It's always awesome. And there's a lot of really great scenes. Of course, there's also the Demon Ash, which, you know, give me some sugar, baby. That's always, you know, another great thing, great line from it. But yeah, like I said, this comes with the theatrical cut and the director's cut. As for what version I prefer better, I like the added scenes in the director's cut, but I like the ending of the theatrical cut better than the ending in the director's cut. I would I'd rather see Ash, you know, just win and, you know, get the girl at the end than see him trapped millions of years later. If you know what I mean. I like to see Ash win, but either way, it's great. But Army of Darkness, amazing. So, anyway guys, that was sort of my classic horror review. I know this was not so much of a, there's all three. I know this wasn't that much of a review, but I'm pretty sure most people have seen the Evil Dead movies. This was just sort of me talking about and giving my own opinions of all three films. Also, I actually did a whole video showing off all my Evil Dead collectibles, which include all my DVD and VHS editions, all of my Ash action figure, and my Army of Darkness poster that I have. And they're actually all on my channel. And I will actually leave links down below to all those videos if you haven't seen them. But yeah, like I said, not a full review. I just wanted to give my own personal opinion on them. If you haven't seen the Evil Dead series, I cannot recommend them enough. They're some of my favorite horror films. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching my classic horror review of the Evil Dead series. Hope everybody's doing well. See you guys later.